So can you see this 2D frames and all here? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Red color 2D frames you can see now. Red color.
Ada apa kita lah hidrogeno?
You can unmute us. Sometimes you have to unmute and tell me. See, is it the screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see here, 2D frames I have taken. In the previous class, static and kinematic indeterminacies are to be calculated. Static is sum of these two. Static external indeterminacy, static internal indeterminacy. DSI R minus 3 minus R dash. This R dash will come to know today. What is R dash? How to make use of this? In the previous problems, we have used only R minus 3, but the exact formula is R minus 3 minus R dash. R dash calculation comes only if there are external, some hinges are provided. I'll show you that one today. Static internal indeterminacy is equal to 3C. This 2KL20 CV402. Now observe this one here. I am just going to revise it. You see this, in case of 2D frames, in order to find out the indeterminacy, you have to find out static and kinematic. Separately, you have to calculate. And here, how to find static? Static is sum of DSE plus DSI. So, external static indeterminacy, internal static. How to find them is, external is R minus 3 minus R dash. R is number of unknown reactions. 3 because only we have 3 conditions of equilibrium. R dash, as I told you, it comes only if hinges are there. Hinges are provided, that deliberately hinges are introduced. That you will see today. Static internal is 3C, where C is number of closed loops. This concept will be clear just within a short while. Kinematic is dk 3j minus r. J is number of joints, r is number of unknowns. Okay. So let us see this one here. Let us see the problem. Now you look at this example here. Here you can see, I'll just draw one line first. In order to separate the problems. So below the red line, you can see the problem is given, that problem. Third, I have taken purposely. Third problem. You can see this third problem is like this. Problem number 3. Can you see this diagram? This framed structure, yes, can you see? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you observe it carefully here. Support A is fixed. How the alphabets are given, in any order you can give. A, B, C, D, E. In a clockwise it is given F, G, H, I, J. In clockwise direction, alphabetically the joints are denoted like that. There is no hard and fast rule for that. Now you can see A is fixed, J is hinged. So one of the support is fixed, other one is hinged. Okay. Then this is how it is. The structural frame is designed. This is a framed structure. Now for this one, we have to calculate static and kinematic indeterminacies. Okay. Now observe here. Observe this one here. First calculation of ds is this, dk is this. Two formula we have to use. Again separately SE and SI must be calculated. Now you look at this solution here. What I will do is I'll calculate DSE first, then I will follow it up with DSI. So let us say DSE. Observe this. DSE is equal to R minus 3 minus R dash. R number of unknowns minus 3 minus hinges if they are present. There are no hinges inside here. Support hinge is different. Inside, if there is a hinge, then only R dash will come. Now R has to be calculated first. How many unknown reactions are possible? For fixed end 3, for hinged 2. Because hinge will rotate, means M will not there, H and V will be there here. Okay. As I told you in the previous class, vertical and horizontal reactions are possible. Hinge will resist a vertical and horizontal moment. Fixed end will resist all the three. It will resist horizontal force, it will resist vertical, it will resist the moment also. So there are you can see 3 here, 2 reactions are here. 3 plus 2 is 6. I mean 5. Okay. R is 5. See this. This R is 5. Why it is 5? I think it is clear. 3 plus 2. Totally 5 unknown reactions are there. Minus 3 as it is a constant because 3 equilibrium conditions are available. Excess of 3, how many are there? You are calculating. Beyond the conditions of equilibrium, how many are there? So 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. This is 0 because there are no internal hinges. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So DSE is over. Then DSI, internal, the formula is 3C. I'll write it here. Say the formula is simply DSI is equal to 3 into C, where C is number of closed loops. You can see this is one closed loop is there. Second closed loop is here. Third is here. See, BCDE is one closed loop. IBEF, second closed loop. Then HIFG, third closed loop. So there are 3 closed loops. That is why 3C, 3 into 3, 9. So I just have to add 2 and 9 because I should get these two values. So 9 and 2 should be added, which has been done here. See this. This is done here. So ds is equal to 2 plus 9. DSE plus DSI. Okay. This is how we can calculate these internal and external indeterminacies. Both are static. Now kinematic, what is the formula? It is here. 3j minus r. 3j minus r. Now you can see this 3j minus r, we can see here. Number of joints you can see here. 1. I'll just count, observe here. A is 1 joint. B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So many joints are there. Okay. You start from A and go in the clockwise direction and end here at last support, that is J. Totally 10 are there. You can count them. They are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Totally 10 joints are there. So 3j minus r is 3 into 10 minus r is, as you see here, r means 3 plus 2. number of unknown reactions, that is 5. So 30 minus 5 is 25. So finally, you have to write like this: ds is 11, dk is 25. Okay. Is it clear this one, how to solve this problem? Any questions here? The question was, this diagram was given to you. This diagram, framed structure is given to you. Your job is to calculate ds and dk values. So ds and dk values you can see here. This is a formula for ds and dk values. Static external indeterminacy r minus 3 minus r dash. Static internal is 3c, where 3c is number of closed loops. You can see the number of closed loops here, there are 3. 3 closed loops are there, c has become 3. Then as you can see, dk 3j minus r, j is number of joints, r is number of unknown reactions. So this is how you can solve the problem. I'll go to the next one. I'll go to the next page. Let us see this. This makes many things clear here. In addition to this, one more problem I have to solve actually. Hinges I have given deliberately. Deliberately hinges are provided here. Carefully observe this problem now. Try to understand. Okay. So this is. So this problem is very interesting, but see, hinges are deliberately given. One is here, you can see. One more is here. Now observe this one here. I will explain how to solve this. Again, I am going to use the same formula here. Now here r dash will come into play. R dash was not used till now because there were no hinges. See, there are 2 hinges here and here. Now how to find out this? Observe. First you calculate the number of unknowns. R and J should be calculated. Usually you start with R and J calculation, then R dash calculation. Separately you do it. The procedure is a directly don't use the formula, the values. Separately calculate R. You can see this one here. You need to calculate here R, J, R dash separately. Then use the formula here, whatever formula is given here, use this formula and solve the problem. So let us see what is the value of R, number of unknown reactions. Can anybody tell this one? Can anyone tell me how many are there?
8.
Okay. So 3 here, all 3 fixed end, 2 here, again 3 here. Totally 8 are there. So this R is equal to 8 is written here. See, R is 8, it has come. So here also separately when you solve it, start with these calculations only. R. J is how much? See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into 3, 12. J is equal to 12. You can see R is 8. That is why J is equal to 10. It is here. See, 12 is here. So we shall take it after this. Now R dash calculation. How do you find R dash? Because in DSE, in this formula, R dash is there. You can see R minus 3 minus R dash. So usually this formula is a, carefully observe this one here. R dash is M dash minus 1. I am introducing a new term here, which was not discussed yesterday. Or else if you want, I'll write it. Just 1 second, you give me here. What I will do is I'll just remove here. Okay. Now you see here. Now what I will to observe here, how I calculate R dash, which is very important. Observe. My job is to calculate R dash. R dash will come only if hinges are provided. Where are those hinges? One is here, one more is here. Two hinges are there. Sometimes only one hinge will be there. Sometimes hinge will be there at the junction. At B also it can be there. So the formulas R calculation slightly changes that time. I'll show you that also. So see this one, R dash is equal to M dash minus 1. Now observe this one. In case of this problem, how R dash is equal to 2? Observe here. Now consider one hinge here. C and L is a beam. For this beam, one artificial hinge is provided. How it is done, you'll come to know in the next level, next semester only. But imagine that one hinge is provided here artificially. It is possible to provide hinges anywhere by arrangement of reinforcement or whatever. Internal steel and all that in RCC, we can provide a hinge here. We can make a hinge out of that. So let us say one hinge is there. Okay, R dash is equal to M dash minus 1. What is this M dash? M dash is how many elements that hinge is connected to. See here. This hinge is connected to one element this side, one element this side. So M dash is 2. Here, this is 2. Minus 1 equal to 1. This is for one hinge. Okay. But in this problem, one more hinge is here. Again, this hinge is also connected to two elements this side and this side. Again, M dash is 2. Observe here. This is for one hinge. Again, same formula I will use. Again, I'll write M dash minus 1 there. Again, in this case, here also, this hinge is connected to two elements on either side. That is why M dash is 2. So this is again same thing. 2 minus 1 equal to 1. So M dash is totally this, because two hinges are there, 2 here. Now we observe here. That is why you can see R dash is taken as to observe here. Huh? Just observe this. In this formula, R dash is equal to 2. Why? Because of this. I'll just repeat, observe here. I'll just modify this formula now. One hinge was there. This R dash is for this hinge. Okay. And this R dash is for this hinge. So finally I calculated R dash as 2. Now I'll combine this formula, observe here. Instead of writing like this, I'll combine how it is combined, observe here. How it is combined, you observe here. Combining, how it is possible, you see here. R dash equal to sigma M dash minus 1. Now observe here. For one hinge, two elements minus 1. For one more hinge, again two elements minus 1. This will be totally, it is 2. This 2 is used, calculated here. So this is how R dash is calculated. Now I will put one more hinge and let us see what will be the value of R dash you have to tell. I'll put hinge here, observe. I'll put hinge at one more place, even though it is not there for this solution, but just to make R dash calculation clear, I'll put one more hinge somewhere. I'll just show you. I'll put one hinge here now. Observe here. You should tell me what is the value of R dash. I'll put it here. What is the value of R dash now? Only for this, imagine these two are not there. Imagine these two are not there. Only one hinge which is at the junction, it is given. Now, can you tell me what is the value of R dash?
2.
At 2.
It is 2, okay? It is 2. Let me check it. Let me check it. R dash is 2, you are telling. R dash is 2, let us see. Now here, when I calculate R dash, when I calculate, can you see this screen here, this side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you see this R dash, whatever I'm writing?
Yes, sir.
Observe now, observe. R dash is equal to, imagine these two hinges are not there, hinge is there at B. So this is M dash minus 1. Now what is M dash? M dash is how many elements the hinge is connected to. So 1, 2, 3. So these are the elements. Is it clear, this one? Is it clear or no? See, for this hinge, it is connected to 3 elements. One is this element, one more is this, one more is this. So this hinge is connected to 3 elements. So I'll write 3 minus 1 equal to 2. That is why you have to be careful whether it is given to a junction or what, or whether it is given in between. In between means it is simple. It is too simple. Imagine 1 is here now. 1 is here. All the remaining 3 are removed. Only one hinge is there here. So how do you find this one? How much is
3, sir.
Sir, 3.
3, sir.
so those who are carefully observing, you will easily follow it.
3.
Okay, only one at K, only one hinge is there at K, all other hinges are removed. So M dash minus 1 is, observe this, at K 4 elements are connected. So what I will do here is, 4 minus 1, it is 3. R dash is equal to 3. 3 because 4 minus 1, the formula is same, that is M dash minus 1. Okay, so I'll remove this. I'll continue this solution. I wanted to just make clear this part. I'll remove all this. Only 2 original hinges, whatever is given in the problem, I will keep that one. This is a problem. This is your problem. See now. Again, I will erase this also. Okay. I think, say, you observe this one. R dash is equal to sigma M dash minus 1. One hinge was there at one place, 2 minus 1, because it was connecting 2 elements. One more hinge at one more place for 2 hinges. Again, here also it is connecting 2 elements. So summation of M dash minus 1. 2 minus 1 plus 2 minus 1, total R dash for this problem is 2. For this condition, it is 2. So now find out DSE. R minus 3 minus R dash. 8 minus 3 minus 2, it is 3. DSE is calculated. DSE is calculated here. Okay. Next, DSI is equal to 3C. DSI is equal to 3C. C is number of closed loops. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. This, let us say this is one loop, second loop, third one, and fourth one. 4 closed loops are there. So 3 into 4 is 12. So just add these two. 12 plus 3, it is 5. 12 plus 3, it is 5 here. It is, see this one, it is here. Totally 12 plus 3, 15. You can see this. Decay 3j minus r. Again, you tell me how many joints are there. Already, I think it is discussed. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 into, again 4 this side, 12 it is. So 3 into 12 minus 8. R is 8 unknowns are there, isn't it? So 3 into 12 minus 8 is 28. So this is how you can understand this problem. This is 28. Finally, I have written ds and dk at one place. ds is 15, dk is 28. Let us go to the next page. I need to stop it because I have exam duty. Frames 3D. I think that 3D frames formula is slightly different. I'll show you why it is different, where changes are to be made. You will come across this problem also. Simple 3D will be given, 3D frame, or it's also called as space frame. Two names are like this: space frame and plane frames. Whatever I have done till now, it is plane frame or 2D frame. So whatever I'm showing you here, this is a, you can see, you can see this frame here. So they don't set very complicated examples for 3D because they are concentrating mostly on 2D frames only for your semester. So you observe here, I'll take another 5 minutes. All of you type your USN there, but at the same time, carefully observe here. Carefully observe here. Frames 3D. It is also called as space frames. Space frames. You can see this one. How many equations of equilibrium are available here? You check it. In case of space frames, so in case of space frames, how many equations of equilibrium are available? I'll show you here. One is mx, moment about x-axis, my, mz. Okay. For equilibrium, mx must be 0, my must be 0, mz must be 0. Fx, fy, fz. I'll try to show it. Observe here. I'll try to show this one. Like this. Let us say this is z-axis. This is x-axis. Anything. It is all a matter of convenience. It is. I can name this as x, this as z. Anything. It is a matter of convenience. X, y, z are the three axes. Now, if the body can rotate about this, I'll just change the color, observe here. If the body can rotate about this line, this is mx. If the body can rotate about z axis in this way, mz. If the body can rotate about y axis like this, my. It means you are having 6 equations of equilibrium, not 3. 3 are there for plane frames. So what is fx, fy, fz means what? Algebraic sum of forces along x direction must be equal to 0 along this direction. That is fx is equal to 0. One equation. Algebraic sum of forces along y direction. If the forces are acting in this direction, so in this direction, the forces must balance each other. So Fy must be equal to 0. Fz, forces acting up and down. In this, as per our notation, forces acting up and down should balance each other, which means Fz is equal to 0. So you are having a mx equal to 0, my is equal to 0, mz is equal to 0, as well as fx equal to 0, algebraic sum of forces in the direction of x must be equal to 0. It means they must balance. Forces acting along x direction must balance each other. So Fy equal to 0, similarly Fz equal to 0. Okay. So we are having 6 conditions of equilibrium. Accordingly, the formula, wherever 3 is there, you substitute 6. Whatever formula we have seen for 2D frames, 3 was used because only 3 equations of equilibrium were available. That is m equal to 0, h equal to 0, v equal to 0. Here it is a space frame. So observe here. Now you can see the formula. I'm not going to solve it. Already time is over. Wherever 3 is there, substitute x. That's all. The formula is very simple again. I wanted to clear the concept here. You can see this. The body can rotate like this. I'll show you in the next class how mx, my, and mz are possible in space. Using one chalk piece also, I can explain that one, how it is possible. In the next class, I can do that. Here, look at the formula here. Look at this formula. Everything is almost same except in place of 3, put 6. 6c, 6j minus r minus 6 minus h dash. So wherever 3 was there in 2D, it is written as 6 because we have 6 equations of equilibrium for a space frame. So once you know this one, you can solve any problem on frames also, 3D frames also, or space frames also, like this. Okay. So in the next class, I'll solve it. Notes are already given. If you want, you can try one. This one is there. One hinge is also there. I'll just check. I'll solve in the next class one day. I'll just close it.